Hey YouTube, I want to talk to you about life as being a CNA. So we're going to get started. So back in 2014, I would say maybe before the summer of 2014, I went ahead and applied for a CNA school. Now, mind you, I've been wanting to be a nurse all my life before I was born. I just enjoy helping people. That's just the type of things that I like to do. So I went ahead and I looked for a school. I went through a school called Kaskaskia. And they had one like at a local community college near me. So I went down there, I applied, I instantly took the test while I was there, and I passed it. I think all they needed was the math and reading requirements, and I don't remember the score because it's been so long that we needed. So I went ahead and did that. I passed. So I got everything turned in for the class. We were supposed to start in the summer of 2014, but the teacher had to get a hip replacement, so we weren't able to start until the fall of 2014. So the fall come, we start the class. Now in the class, you're gonna learn like different things: how to take a manual blood pressure, pulse temps, how to turn and position a patient who just had hip surgery or back surgery. You learning a bunch of different things, and throughout the course, it's really interesting because it's just like I enjoy helping people, so it's like I want to learn how to do those things. And a lot of people are there for different reasons. Some people are there because, hey, I have a relative at home, I want to learn how to take care of them and care for them. Like I said, my aspect was because I wanted to work as a CNA before I went ahead and decide to go take up nursing. So I'm like, let me go ahead and do this first. So the class is going good. We learning how to do everything that we need to do, put patients on bedpans and all that stuff. Like, the teacher made the classroom just interesting. So of course we all passed the class or whatever. So we have clinicals. Mind you, our clinicals was just at this one specific site. We were there the whole time. I forgot how long we had to be there. We had to be there 8 hours a day, but I don't know how long. I think it lasted for a couple of weeks or a few weeks. But anyway, we get to the clinical site. They were just totally mean to us. They didn't want us touching the patients or doing anything with them at all. So there's that. We got there. We like, hey, give us something to do. You know what I'm saying? We were already scared because we're working with real people. We don't want to harm these patients. Of course, you're like, this is your first time at clinicals. You're all nervous. But we never got the chance to really do anything. So we like, what are we supposed to do? We're just standing around looking crazy. The nurses just didn't care for us or anything. So my instructor was like, we're going to have to, stay here, get our class hours or whatever like that. So make a long story short, we had a sucky clinical experience. We get towards the end of the course, everyone passed. So now we're turning in everything that we need to turn in for our boards. So the class ended in like the end of November or something like that. So everyone's studying or whatever like that. The class is already over. We're studying for boards or whatever. Boards was January, the middle of January or something like that. So, we're studying different material in the midst of it because we're all keeping in contact with each other. So boards come. Of course, I didn't do well on my first try because I'm just not a good test taker at all. I didn't do well on my first try. Some of the stuff I just did not remember. And I was pretty much bummed about it. But I went ahead and resubmitted everything. I live in Illinois, so I resubmitted everything to the state of Illinois. And I went back and retook my boards and I passed. So let's make a long story short. I ended up working at the nursing home where we had the bad clinical experience at. But when I got there as an employee, I actually liked it. I just didn't like, how they were doing things. Mind you, I'm a new CNA, but I know right is right and wrong is wrong. So the people that's training me, they were barely bathing, the patients. I guess the patients had like their assigned shower days or their bath days, and sometimes they get them like twice a week. I just wasn't comfortable with that. I just seen a lot of stuff that was going on that I did not like, and I was just like, I have to get up out of here. It's just, I didn't want to be in that type of environment. So while I was still working there, I ended up going to a job fair at the local hospital near me, and I ended up getting a job I started working at the hospital. I started doing 8-hour evening shifts, which was pretty cool. But when I got to the hospital, they showed me everything that I needed to learn to do. We had orientation, and they were like reteaching us on everything we need to learn as a CNA. So they were teaching us how to do the manual blood pressures. They were teaching us everything that we pretty much learned in class, because the hospital that I'm at, they will not hire you if you can't do a manual blood pressure. That's just how serious they take it. So let's make a long story short. I ended up getting hired, and the workers that I started working with were very nice. They were showing me what I need to do and what I need to learn. I got trained on 2 different shifts. It was days and evenings. And I really liked the job, pretty laid back. Everybody was one assist, and it was pretty cool. So mind you, a year in or a few months in, as working as a CNA, you get pretty burnt out. It's just like, it becomes too much, because you have a lot of physical demanding jobs that you have to get done that day. And it's like, you got to do vital signs, have vital signs done by this time, because the nurse want their vital signs done at least by 8 a.m. or they want their vital signs done like an hour after you done showed up. You might come in with like 3 admits just on your hall. Sometimes it's not a lot of teamwork. You find yourself helping more people than they help you, and that's pretty much normal wherever you go. But you can get pretty burnt out, but it is a rewarding job. I had so many patients that I took care of, just like, you're so nice, thank you for taking care of me. They fell in love with me, because when you there, and mainly I work with a lot of elderly, you there, and believe it or not, you're probably the only one that they're really talking to. Sometimes their family don't come up there and see them, or even try to come visit them. If their family is up there, you got the grandkids there, they're just on their phones, not giving a crap. You never know, you're a big part of someone's life. That's like giving back to the community. It's a very rewarding job. I had plenty of bad experiences, but like I say, the good outweighs the bad, because I'm so motivated. This is what I want to do. I want to be a nurse. That's why I decided to take the CNA route first. And believe it or not, it is a very hard job. It is a very hard job. You just can't wake up and say, hey, you know what? I want to be a nurse assistant. No, your heart has to be in this, because let's be honest, you're wiping butt all day. You're wiping butt. You're putting ointment on their bottom. You find yourself putting ointment on their, you just find yourself doing a bunch of different things. And don't get me wrong, even though I wanted to do this, I never saw myself really doing stuff like that. But when I seen how much I was helping them, or how much of a big difference it was just like, it was so fulfilling. I would go home plenty of nights just tired and restless, but I would be like, I changed somebody's life today. I helped somebody. My patients love me. I'll go in with so much energy. You know what I'm saying? I'll go in there hugging on them, kissing on their cheek, and just saying, hey, how are you? I'm your nurse assistant for the night. You let me know if you need anything. Here's my name on the board. Here's my phone number. Please call me if you need anything. You pick and choose your battles. You're going to come in with an attitude. You're going to have a bad day. I always go in with a routine. I come in, I do my vitals, I pass my water, I do all that. And then I go around, check on my patients, make sure they're fine. I'll do my turn of positions. I'll see if they need a potty or do anything like that. So it's all about how you operate. And just make sure that this is something you want to do. Look at more YouTube videos. Look into it some more. And just figure out if that's your glitch. Like I said, I love it. I had plenty of people who went ahead and did it and didn't enjoy it, and they just stopped. So, you just find out what works for you. That's all. Bye.